And welcome back to Nittany Game Week. We've all seen it and heard about it before. Don't let a team beat you twice. The hangover from Michigan better not linger with the Scarlet Knights riding into Happy Valley. Coach Bradley, Coach Paterno, it's a program and team on the rise, and I know you'll be covering offense, defense, and special teams.
Yeah, they've made a living this year. They're bowl eligible. They're 6-4 coming in. This is a better Rutgers team than Penn State's seen in a while. Starts with them liking to run the ball. May see 32 runs in a row. I don't know. But look at them offensively. Not scoring a lot of points, but much improved from last year. They like to run the ball. Turnover margin, Tom, +5. Very important.
That's very important the way they play football, and that's what you said. They're going to run this football and try to shorten the game.
Guys to know, Kyle Monangai, the leading rusher in the Big Ten, 21st in the country in rushing yards. 77% of the completions go to the wide receiver. They don't throw it a lot. Wimsatt is a dangerous runner. Let's talk about that run game. Much like Michigan, going to try and get north and south. In good, tough inside running backs. They try and push that off the line, Tom, and talk about the open field running.
Yeah, and one of the things you got to be wary. He likes to keep the ball, the quarterback. You've got to know where he's going to be, too, not just where the running back is. So the key is going to be the push up front for Rutgers Saturday.
And you see him in the open field. Let's talk about, you alluded to it, reading the end. Now, here they're going to block down again. This is a veteran offensive line, a better offensive line than last year. They're much improved and different physically. They're going to read him. Wimsatt is going to read that end, keep this ball, and watch him in the open field. Don't be fooled. It doesn't look like he's running that fast. He's what we call a long strider, covered a lot of ground with those strides.
Do you think he was exhausted by the time he got there?
I'm exhausted watching him run that long. But again, those are dangerous plays in this game, and Penn State's got to account for them. Again, look at this nice move here in the open field. Again, he gets loose. If you're playing man-to-man coverages and things in the back, he can be a real problem if you don't take care of him. And again, with that threat of Monangai, he can be a problem. Let's talk about the next phase of it. Every week, Greg Schiano likes to have some kind of gimmick, trick play, something to take advantage of you. Here they get Ohio State. And again, everybody's expecting the quarterback sneak, the tush push, the whatever you want to call it, and they get him on this one. I'm not even going to explain it because you got to watch it to see it. So let's take a look at it. Oh, QB sneak. Nope, whoops. There he goes. There goes Monangai outside. And you can see his skills there getting outside, Tom, against a really good Ohio State defense.
For sure. And he's an excellent runner. And that's one of the things that you're going to see this week in this game is they're going to be running the football.
And he had 159 yards rushing against Ohio State. Nobody else has done those kind of numbers against the Buckeyes. And you can see really sneaky play, handing the ball between the legs. Now, let's talk about the defense. That's where Rutgers is really, really good this year. 19th in the country in scoring, 13th in total defense. You talk about some other things. 10th in defensive yards per play nationally, top 20 in things like yards per pass, yards per completion, 4th in the country, 13th in passing efficiency defense. Really, really good. Let's talk about how they do it and the kind of people they use. Two corners that you got to watch. Melton and Longer Beam are both really good corners. They're good at linebacker, and Flip Dixon, their safety, is very active. So let's talk about how they do it. They like to bring pressure, Tom, and you know they get that pressure with 5 guys, and they take away the easy throws so the quarterback has nowhere to go.
Absolutely, and it's because of these two corners. They're not afraid to play these guys and leave them on an island all by themselves, and that really helps this defense.
No question. Take a look at what they do here. Here they bring the linebacker, and again, there's nowhere to go easy for that quarterback to get a play and get what we call a hot throw. And again, they thrive on turnovers. There's an example right there. Now, let's go to the next phase of it. Third down. When you get into third downs, Greg Schiano, defensively, they like to do a lot of different things. Here they're going to show you 5-6-man pressure, end up with only 4, and then they're going to try and rob all your hot throws in the middle so there's nowhere to go with the ball. And then we want to confuse the QB, and Michigan did some of this last week.
Yeah, one of the great things is you'll see just about everybody in this unit drops. So you're not sure who's going to be the dropper when they do bring the 5-man pressure.
No question. And that's the thing you got to be aware of. So you don't throw yourself into an interception and you don't hold the ball and end up with a sack. Now, let's talk about the third phase. Greg Schiano coaches the special teams himself. He's always going to find some way to make a play or get a possession. Here they give a 5-man overload on the punt against 4 guys to block. They come off the edge and they get a touchdown. Tom, you coach special teams. You know what a pain in the butt
That's one of the
this
great
is.
things is they have been great on special teams for a long time out there at Rutgers now. This is one of the phases of the game that Penn State has got to be, don't be surprised whether it be on a fake punt. Something's going to happen in the special teams.
And they got 2 touchdowns again, set up 2 touchdowns against Michigan State in that comeback when they beat Michigan State. Here they get one against Indiana. So be aware when special teams line up, something could happen.
Yeah, got to be ready for anything when it comes to Coach Schiano with Coach Yurcich no longer calling the plays. Same goes for the Nittany Lions offense. Rutgers is not exactly sure what to expect.
I don't really know what we can go off of, you know what I mean? Like, I know all the parties involved, and I've known, heck, I've known Juwan since he was a kid in high school. His daddy was the I believe he was the athletic director at Glade Central High School down in Florida. So, I mean, heck, years and years. They're all good coaches. They'll have a great plan put together, I'm sure.
Well, senior day is always emotional. Last time on the field at Beaver Stadium. When we come back, our impact interview with Shafi Fields, former Penn State wide receiver, how his time with the Nittany Lions influenced his current career as a sports agent. And make sure to keep sending us your pride picks. This week's included the stripe out against Michigan. We have quite a collection on our website, NittanyGameWeek.com. You can add yours by submitting it online. We'll have more picks coming up later in the show. Nittany Game Week returns after this.